For our raised beds, we considered lots of options, but we decided to go with this 3x6 Western red cedar, and all on its own, it should last a very long time. But if we treat them, it'll be a much longer time frame. So let me show you the products that we're going to use and how we're going to use them. First of all, we're going to treat the inside of the garden bed with the Eco Wood treatment. It's all natural. It's a mineral-based treatment. You mix with water and spray it on or brush it on, and it will make any wood last a very long time. But it also does discolor the wood, so it changes the look of the wood. We would like to keep the cedar looking kind of like cedar, with like newer cedar. So we're going to try this tried and true original polymerized linseed oil and beeswax mix for the outside, hopefully to give the outside just not an aged look quite as fast. Cedar ages beautifully. It turns like a silver color, but we'd like to keep this color a little longer and protect the wood just to last a little longer. We are going to put the tried and true on the outside, but just to see what it, to do a little patch test, we're going to put some on the inside of the bed here and see how it may or may not discolor or change the wood. It's always a good idea just to know for sure. We've never used this product, so it's just to test it. Beautiful. Just that top part was a little sticky, but the rest of it looks pretty good. So it's just very nice. I like how it goes on. Kind of soaks in a little bit. So we're not going to do much on the inside. That was just a patch test, big patch. I don't think that's going to discolor in any way except to just enrich, bring out that color and make it look sealed. So that's just been sitting for a few minutes, and I think that's going to be a fine finish for the outside. The reason we're using the wood treatment on the inside is because it does better for ground contact, where there's going to be a lot of moisture and soil sitting against that wood. It does smell good. Kind of a, I don't know, like oil and beeswax. We're gonna make sure we get it in where the screws are, just so that if water were to sit in there, like it will, it's not gonna soak in. It's a very nice consistency. Not too thick, not too thin. It says, the can says that it'll treat 1,000 square feet, which should be more than enough to treat the outsides of these beds. So far, I am loving how it just brings out the rich colors of the cedar. It is wearing the roller out pretty fast. That's not the oil's fault, that's the cedar. The rough cut cedar. The can says that if you're doing, it says that you should apply it and then buff it off, but I think that's really for furniture, and I don't think we're gonna have to buff it off for the garden bed. It's just gonna soak in and let it be. I've already seen several bees come around and check it out. I think they're gonna like that, the smell of the beeswax that's in it. I was a little concerned at first that it was gonna be too thick and I wouldn't get very good coverage, but it's really not. It's rolling on pretty nice. It's spreading out pretty nice. It's really beautiful, isn't it? Really brings out that rich tone of the cedar without making it, you know, off color. Just make it nice and dark and rich. Can't think of a better word to use. As we're going through this, I am a little bit concerned that I don't have enough, but I'd rather put it on as thick as I feel like it needs to be and then order another gallon. So for as much garden bed as I have, I probably should have ordered 2 gallons anyway. If you're new here, you may be wondering, why is this one already partially filled with dirt and the rest of them aren't? If you've been around for a while, you probably know, based on my garden layout, this was the original asparagus bed, and I'm designing this bed around that. And we'll top it off with compost to give that asparagus a really nice place to continue growing. But that kind of helped dictate the layout of this bed in particular. And then we connected these 2 beds with the metal trellis. Well, we definitely didn't have enough of the tried and true for all 3 beds, but we got 2 of them done. Now we're going to go ahead and treat the inside with the Eco Wood treatment. This product, many of you are probably a little more familiar with. It's just we're going to mix it with water and then spray it on the inside of the beds, because that soil contact, and that's where it's going to be, you know, ground contact with moisture. We need something that's going to protect that wood a little better. I got 1 gallon of water. This packet treats 5 gallons. I've already used it a little bit for a couple gallons, 2 or 3 gallons. So it's just a powder that we're going to pour in here, and I'm going to do a bit of a guesstimate. That looks about right. You can be more precise, and you'll get to see the color change and why I didn't do it on the outside of the beds. Now, for those of you who like that antique old wood look, that's basically what this treatment will make it look like. And it looks very weathered, very antique. That's not the look we wanted, so we're just going to do it on the insides where we won't see it. All right, let's go over to one of these other beds over here that we already finished, and I'll show you how it changes the color. You see over here, you can tell where it's getting dark gray. That's basically the look that you're going to get with this product. For those people who want to treat their beds and their only concern is longevity, I would say just treat it with this inside and out, and you get that very old cedar appearance. This is a way easier application. You know, rolling on that oil was not hard, but it did take more time. Again, if you're worried about just longevity of these boards, this treatment here is so fast. And the people who have used this, friends of mine who have used this on beehives and garden beds, they love it. Now, I personally haven't used it on anything of mine. I have done a garden bed for someone else, and I treated their beds just like this with this treatment on the inside and a stain on the outside. I think the difference between the two is pretty stark, pretty obvious. You can see the inside of this bed is that antique gray looking color, and the outside here, which is more of the fresh, newer cedar look. Again, it depends on what you prefer. If longevity and ease of application is what you're going for, then this is a wonderful product, the Eco Wood treatment. This is reported to be a one-time treatment. You spray it one time and that's it for the rest of the life of the bed. This one may be the same, but we don't know yet. I'll have to look up online and see if there's any reports of it, how long it lasts. But I suspect that we'll probably have to reapply this one in probably 3 to 5 years. But I don't know that for sure. It's been a good time coming back here on YouTube and sharing these things with you guys. If you have an opinion about any of these products, how it looks or how it actually treats the wood, maybe you have used it, and you can leave in the comments below something helpful for the entire community.
Oh, I wasn't recording.
Are you serious?
Yes.
It wasn't recording?
No.
Is it recording now?
Yes.
And you're getting my attitude right now?